All right, cool. So thanks again, everyone, for joining. We're here quickly to just talk about 3 recs that Jared Carver has had open previously, but are reopened for substation design engineers with varying levels of experience. So wanted to kind of get these in front of you to see if we may have had any questions about the descriptions or skill sets we're looking for, and just kind of hear from Jared directly as far as what type of candidate he's looking for. And before it drives me crazy, I'm going to turn off the transcription. Okay, cool. So the first thing is these recs, it is 3 of them, 2 positions for the IC3 and 4 level and 1 for the IC5 level. Each of them are set up for 6 months to start as a contract, and all can be virtual in the US. And now really, because the description and the responsibilities are going to be pretty similar, I'm just going to go straight over to Jared here. So Jared, can you kind of describe just in general the day-to-day responsibilities these designers will have, and really just kind of the ideal skill set you're looking for them?
Sure. Can you just tell me which one is the external substation designers?
Yeah, so all of these, unless I need to change something, they're all listed as substation designers. I don't have the level with each of them on that, but I can get that added for you.
Do we have any of the solar recs that we want to talk about, or is this just strictly substation?
This was strictly about the substation roles that we reopened for you. But if we do want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I'm more than happy to have you answer any questions about the solar recs you have.
Yeah, I do just want to bring up a few things about the solar
Sure.
recs real quick, and then we can definitely get into the substation ones. But in terms of the level 6 and level 4, I'm seeing a lot of residential solar designers, and I thought initially that would be good because at least they have some solar experience. But guess what I'm finding out is they use a different software. The applications that they use are they're just different, and so they're not using it in the way we do it. So just to describe the position for everybody, really what it is a physical designer. So circuit routing, trench layout, you have to know about utility scale type equipment like inverters and cab system. That's kind of the buzzwords that we're looking for. So we just have done 3 interviews, and all of them have residential solar experience, and none of them have really panned out, whether it's no interest on our end or there's no interest on the candidate's end. So just want to throw that out there that what we're really looking for is somebody with MicroStation experience, because that's kind of what we use. But if it's just AutoCAD, that's okay, because we can, anybody that knows AutoCAD can pick up MicroStation pretty quickly. But even the people that use AutoCAD in the residential side, it's not the way we use it. It's kind of hard to explain, but and I don't really even know the ins and outs and how they use it. So I'm a MicroStation guy myself, so I'm not really a AutoCAD user. So any questions on the solar recs before we dive into the substation recs?
Yeah, and feel free to take yourself off mute, agencies, if you want to dive into that a little bit more.
Do you have the rec numbers for the solars? I'm just trying to keep track.
Yeah, it's these ones listed here, these top 2, and in 051 and 487. I'll put it in the chat for you.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Anything else?
Okay.
Cool.
So I'll start with the lowest level first, and we'll kind of work our way up. Level 3, it would be basically what we're looking for is a 2D, 3D type drafter that maybe is starting to get into physical or PNC design. PNC meaning protection and controls. So that's really kind of straightforward. They have to have AutoCAD and or MicroStation experience because our substation teams, it's kind of split 50-50 between who uses AutoCAD and who uses MicroStation, and that's all driven by the client. So we don't really control that. So if they have both experience, that's a plus. But if they just know one or the other, they can be trained. I guess what I've learned is it probably takes about 3, maybe 4 weeks to actually get the other software down if they don't have experience with it. But at the end of the day, it's just another CAD software that can easily be picked up if they know one of them. So, but definitely,
is it pretty much? Sorry, Jared. Is it pretty much like a coin flip with the clients that you guys support one way or another for that, or
yeah,
say lean one way a little bit more?
Yeah, and a lot of clients, especially the AutoCAD based clients, are moving towards what's called SDS. That's Substation Design Suite. So we do have experience with that. So any technicians that have experience with that software is also a plus, because we are seeing.
Is that an add-on?
Yes.
I'm sorry, is that an add-on software to AutoCAD or MicroStation, or is it a standalone?
It's an add-on. So it was developed by SBS, but SDS is the actual software, and they have a physical design tool and a protection and controls design tool, Smart Schematics.
Okay, thanks.
So level 3 is pretty kind of straightforward. Again, just more drafting, but I guess any type of, if they're just starting to get in design, that would be good too. Level 4, if you want to move to that one.
Yep, here we go. And before you jump into that, just to be clear for everyone on the call, these can't be virtual just anywhere in the U.S. Just want to make sure that's clear so you guys expand that talent net.
Correct. I will say too that we do have some clients that require us to have what's called a LAN ID, and that LAN ID is we're trying to get the language changed on our contract to be able to have contractors be able to get that LAN ID. But right now, just to make sure we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's, we don't want to use any contractors on any of those clients that require that. So, but we are working towards that. So I just want to throw that out there. Level 4 substation designer. So this person would still be in the drafting capacity, because the way we utilize our technicians, at least the physical design side, is they do a design draft. So they can, they'd still have to know the software, but we would still expect them to know a higher level of design, primarily physical design, but PNC is great as well. So I don't want to, discount that. That's primarily the bulk of the work that we do in substation is schematics and wiring diagrams and panel layouts. So if they have that would be awesome. If they have both, that's kind of the purple unicorn, I guess, is having somebody that has both of those skills. But if they are a just strictly PNC designer, typically they don't do their own draft design because the amount of drawings that need to be touched. So it's okay if they are a PNC designer, but they don't have the software, we'd still be interested in those types of people.
Okay. Any questions for the level 4 suppliers?
Level 3 or 4?
Level 3 or 4, sorry.
For level 4, is there like a specific minimum number of years of experience you'd be expecting?
I would say probably 4 to 5 range. But probably 5. Because anybody that's come up through the ranks of drafting into design will have to spend at least 2 to 3 years in drafting and before they even kind of could start really even do any type of design. But there are those schools out there that have like we have some local schools here in Kansas City that they don't really even teach any type of software. They come in here day one and we utilize them as engineers, even though they're not degreed as an engineer. And it's a electrical technology degree. But typically, most of them have that computer-aided drafting and design.
Any other questions on 3 and 4 before we quickly touch level 5? Nope. All right, and then level 5, Jared, while I pull it up, you want to jump into it? I know your time's limited here.
So level 5, what we're looking for is a designer that can come in and just we would obviously teach them any type of client standards that need to be taught. That's really to be expected. But really, once they learn those standards, it would more be they could just do a design on themselves. We're not asking them to lead a project. What we're asking them is, if we give you a scope of work, you'd be able to take that scope of work and be able to develop deliverables, whether that be, layouts, elevations, BOMs, which is build materials, pick out their own fittings, pick out their own equipment, stuff like that. That's in line with the scope of work. So we're those level 5s. At least that's what our level 5s currently do. So that's how we kind of gauge on where a candidate would fall. So if we do an interview and they say, yeah, I've never done that, then that tells me right away that they're not a level 5, because that's currently what they already do here at Black & Veatch. PNC design, again, they would have to be able to go in and be able to execute a deliverable with minimal guidance.
And then quick question, Jared, for the CAD software, you kind of brought it up for the level 4 and 3, but is it the same for level 5 here as far as the SDS suite is a plus, or does it not really apply for this level?
Yeah, it'd still be a plus, because the SDS stuff is a design software. So like a typical level 3 drafter, we don't really have a lot of our lower level people using SDS, because there has to be some knowledge of what you're inputting into the software. So because it's a lot of cable tracing and stuff like that, if they're just a typical drafter, they wouldn't really have that knowledge. So
okay. And then real quick, Jared, across the board, and you might have already touched this, so apologies if you did, but are you able to share kind of, not specifics about clients or what they're going to be truly supporting, but can you share kind of in general the projects, where these are going to be kind of held? I know it's virtual for them, but what type of projects they're going to be supporting? Is it multiple, or is it one giant initiative Black & Veatch is working on? Anything like that you can share?
So the way our Substation group works is, so there's a team that's broken up per client. So if we support AEP, if we support PG&E, PSE&G, there's a project team that supports those particular projects. So however many projects they have, these people could be, even though they're only working for, let's say, First Energy, they could be working on multiple projects at one time. So, but all the standards are the same, the software is the same. It's just a different site. That's
okay.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Are these? Yeah, it does. Are these guys earmarked for any specific ones you know about, or classified info? We'll wait till we identify someone about that.
Are you talking about, in terms of our needs that we have?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if it's really there's probably a few that would probably, I can't really say the name, but I think we use them all every day, in terms of when we search for stuff, and but we have the typical clients that any other major engineering company would support, so Burns and Mac or Kiewit or anything like that, we all support the same projects. It's just they get one project and we get the other,
okay.
Or vice versa.
Okay, understood. Any other questions for Jared while we're on the line, suppliers?
Yeah, wanted to ask what is the minimum education qualification required, or if someone has like lots of years of experience but doesn't have like any like education like in high school or associate, so would that be an issue?
No, I count years of experience. I mean, just because they've gone to 2 years of school and learned the CAD software, I mean, that's what's required for entry level to bring them in. But if they have experience, like me, I don't even have a college degree, you know. So, but I don't. But if I were to go somewhere else, I have the years of experience of design. So that's not really as long as they have experience with design or drafting and the software, the education doesn't matter at this point when we're talking about experienced professionals.
That's great. Thank you.
How firm are you with the rates? Any wiggle room on those?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
guys,
I mean, it depends on the interview, right? So
right.
if it's somebody that we can't live without, then yeah, there's definitely a lot of wiggle room. But you know, and there's always that option of direct hire as well. So if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I don't want to take a contracting position," that, you know, if it's somebody that we've identified that we really want in our company, we will definitely start negotiations on a full-time hire.
Okay.
Yeah, and guys, just with the rates in Wanda, especially for the power group, their guidelines. If it's drastically over, Jared and whoever the manager is, you're going to look at it, look at the resume, and see if they're interested in speaking with them and moving forward. And then after the interview, if they feel, you know, the candidate lines up with that experience listed in the resume, then they'll either be able to move forward or come back and we'll have a quick negotiation to see if we can drop it down slightly. But yeah, there's definitely wiggle room in these groups. They're just looking for talent. Okay. And then Jared, same thing. All these are 6 months, but again, right talent, your plan is to churn them over and convert if they're doing a great job.
Yeah. So this isn't just a 6-month assignment and then we drop them unless their performance is bad. But our intention is to bring them on full time after 6 months, or depending on which agency you're with, you know, it could be 3 months or sooner. I mean, if it's, again, somebody's that's doing a great job and they got a full-time offer somewhere, we definitely entertain buying out the contract.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Any last questions, suppliers? I know we're a little over than the 15 I listed here. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Jared, thanks for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you.